Hello, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode. You have to excuse me if I'm a bit bunged up, I've still got this fucking cold. But I wanted to talk a little bit about Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, however you want to say it. And just the downfall of the games. Like, every single game they're releasing now is just shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, Star Wars Outlaws, I think, is the final nail in the coffin. And I bought Star Wars Outlaws, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I haven't finished it. I'm about halfway through, and I've kind of put it away, and I was like, I'll come back to that when I've played something else. But yeah, the game didn't really kind of grab me by the balls and be like, you need to stay and play this game. And I'm a huge Star Wars guy. You know, you couldn't even like climb over a wall without dropping your gun. And now they've patched it so you can actually keep hold of your gun whilst climbing and stuff. And it should have been in the game from day one. They are their own worst enemy, I think, Ubisoft. We've actually got Assassin's Creed Shadows that's been delayed for the third time. And I think there's going to be a lot of delays this year because this is the year we're supposed to be getting GTA 6. Now, GTA 6 hasn't given a release date, but I can also almost guarantee that when GTA 6 comes out and says, for instance, we're going to release in March, every single game that comes out in March or is due to release in March is going to be like that. No chance. We're going to delay for 6 months. We'll come out later on in the year. We'll let people get the GTA 6 out the system. So I think, you know, delays aren't a bad thing. You can kind of question the authenticity of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ever since Assassin's Creed came out, people have been crying out for an Assassin's Creed in feudal Japan, or, you know, whenever it's set. And now we're playing as this lady ninja and a black samurai, which apparently is historically accurate, but ultimately when you think of a samurai, in your own mind's eye, he's not a black dude. Now, people can say what it is, you know, if it's whatever. It just seems a little bit forced that they've chose a black man to be one of the protagonists in the Ubisoft game. It's neither here nor there. It doesn't really affect me. It doesn't really interest me. I'll play a game. If it's got a good story and the characters are well written, who gives a shit what nationality or race they are? But I can see the complaint of, like, especially with all this DEI stuff going on in video games, it does seem a little bit like convenient that he's in there, but it is what it is. So this is the statement that Assassin's Creed Shadows have put out. Dear players, we want to extend our heartfelt thanks to our incredible fans and dedicated team for your underwhelming support since our announcement in September to further refine and polish Assassin's Creed Shadows. Since November, we've been thrilled to share our progress through the gameplay overviews, and our overwhelming excitement has truly inspired us. Each week has brought valuable feedback from our community. While we've already made remarkable strides, we believe a few additional weeks are needed to implement the feedback and ensure an even more ambitious and engaging day one experience. Accordingly, the new release date is March 20th, 2025. We remain committed to delivering a high-quality, immersive experience by ongoing dialogue between our players and development teams. We know you're eager to learn more about Assassin's Creed Shadows, and we're excited to share that more updates will be coming your way very soon. They've also said Assassin's Creed Shadows is delayed. This is from PC Gamer. Assassin's Creed Shadows is delayed to better incorporate player feedback gathered over the past 3 months. So it's basically just to sort of polish it a little bit more. Because if I know Ubisoft, they would have just shut it out the fucking door and just patched it later on. And you can't keep doing this. Do you know what I mean? You can't keep releasing games unfinished and broken and then just patching them later. You can, and you're gonna get these fucking whales. You know, I'm fucking one of them. I bought Outlaws when that launched. You know, that was purely because I'm a Star Wars guy. And it was different. You were playing as a bounty hunter. It wasn't a Jedi. It was open world. You know, it looked pretty decent. But again, you know, you've got to. I really think people are just really starting to wake up when it comes to sort of like when they show a trailer. People are now going, "Oh, I'd like to think they're saying, well, if it looks like that, fantastic, but it won't." You know, Ubisoft have got the worst track record for visually downgrading video games. When the Division 1 launched, that game was fantastic, and it came out, it didn't look anything like it at all. Rainbow Six Siege, massively downgraded. Far Cry games, massively downgraded. They're just, you know, just basically lying to you all the time. And I genuinely think it's coming full circle. All the games that they've released lately, we've got Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is 40% off 12 days after release. That's a terrible, terrible sign. Star Wars Outlaws was heavily discounted, by the way, when that launched. And when Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out, that's probably going to be heavily discounted when that comes out as well, because I genuinely think the company's fucked. Then we've had X-Defiant, the Call of Duty killer. We've heard that before so many times. X-Defiant will shut down another black eye for Ubisoft in a year full of them. You know, they're just getting battered by the media. Skull and Bones review, an exceptionally boring live service game, shipping sim. Nobody's interested. Nobody fucking cares. Star Wars Outlaws sold 1 million copies in 1 month. Low sales figure for Ubisoft. And I just don't like... I don't like this... And this guy's at the helm. Guillemot, the French guy. This comes from Yongye, who... This is the in-company memo that he sent to people. So let's have a listen.
Internal memo that Insider Gaming leaked. This memo was sent to staff discussing the delay. And here are some of the notable quotes from that from Yves Guillemot. Star Wars Outlaws initial sales proved softer than expected. That's how the memo opens with, suggesting that this really slapped them back into reality and made them realize that they cannot just repeat the same mistakes with Assassin's Creed Shadows. The memo noted how there are areas of improvement that Star Wars Outlaws needs and that the development teams are already hard at work on this, focusing on save issues, stealth mechanics, more frequent quest checkpoints, and better NPC AI. Players expect extraordinary experiences and ultra-polished games on day one, says this memo. Wow, at long last, you get the message. No shit. Congratulations on the epiphany that everyone's known about. Ubisoft has gotten complacent with polish, and now that it's finally starting to bite them in the ass, they're saying, oh, we should maybe actually start focusing on polish and ensuring that the game's released in the best state possible on day one. Go figure. The memo continues. Consequently, we decided to delay Assassin's Creed Shadows to February 14th, 2025. This is motivated by our desire to offer an optimal experience from launch on all platforms and various PC configurations, and to remove the small frictions we typically use to address in post-launch title updates. Hallelujah, they're finally getting the message. We will also use the extra time to complement the experience with a few high-impact secondary quests that will bring even more memorable moments. And it is emphasized right here that it's not just Assassin's Creed Shadows that is trying to change its season pass model, but rather this is something that's being done across the board. Stating right here, we're currently rethinking our season pass model for our upcoming games across the board. And then for Assassin's Creed Shadows specifically, all players will have access to the game at the same time, so no early access bullshit, which is something that they've been doing with their last few releases to very poor feedback. And those who have pre-ordered the game will get the first expansion for free. And one other thing that Ubisoft addressed was the sentiments surrounding some of the creative choices surrounding Assassin's Creed Shadows, like featuring Yasuke as a protagonist. The memo states right here, I'd like to address the recent polarized coverage around our creative choices. We are an entertainment company. As such, our objective is not to endorse any specific agenda. Our mission has always been to entertain players and enrich their lives with original and memorable experiences that resonate with a global audience. There's plenty of division surrounding the choice of using sort of an African character, even if this character existed, but to feature Yasuke as a full-fledged samurai as the protagonist of a game set in Japan instead of going fully Japanese with the protagonist.
You've got the Vikings, you've got Egyptians, you've got the Templars. It's very historical. You know, you could even do like an Egyptian walk-around tour in Assassin's Creed Origins. And you could do the same in Odyssey, Greece, and now we're going to Japan. And you've got to have, you know, people are going to call you out on your bullshit. And it just seems like these games are just rushed out the door. Same fucking formula, open world game. Let's change the protagonists. Let's change the bad guy. Let's just push it out the door and we'll fucking patch it later. And I'm honestly glad that this is catching up with them. And I hope other companies are watching this. I hope other companies are watching and being like, shit, if this can happen to Ubisoft, yeah, it can happen to us. I think you can have as much fucking promotion and marketing around a game, but people on the ground floor, us, the people buying the games, always have the final say when it comes to video games. And if a game doesn't sell, that is people voting with the wallet. And it's very true. Like, if you see a game that's getting heavily panned and dissed in the media, people formulate an opinion of a video game before it's even come out. Assassin's Creed Shadows has got this aura around it already that it's going to be a bad game. A lot of people will be turned off by that instantly. I think people aren't going to just rush out and buy it because it's been that heavily criticised in the media. Obviously, you're going to get your people that are going to rush out and buy it to create content and whatnot and review it and stuff. But other than that, I think people are quite soft on it. I don't think the game's going to sell very well. I think it will be heavily discounted in the future. And it's been a long time coming. But look at all these franchises that they've got. Rayman, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. We haven't had a Ghost Recon game for ages. Prince of Persia. I know they just released that new Prince of Persia, but even that wasn't... I mean, it was a good game, but even that didn't, blow everything, didn't blow up. I cannot believe that they are sitting on the fucking Splinter Cell franchise and they're just not doing anything with it. It really, really upsets me. I've got all the Splinter Cells backwards compatible on my Series X. I absolutely fucking love Splinter Cell games. Just the evolution. Like, that Splinter Cell game for the Xbox and the PC was so fucking far ahead for its time. The fact that it had lighting, you had sound, if you walked on glass, you had to be careful. A real proper stealth game. And it was fantastic. Rainbow Six games, just totally live service game now, multiplayer live service game, which makes sense, but at the same time, it's just full of DEI and really shit fucking decisions. Beyond Good and Evil. Do you remember about 5 or 6 years ago, probably more, when they showed this? They had this big press conference and they showed Beyond Good and Evil 2, and they showed us that trailer with the monkey, and they showed how fucking big an open world the game was, and they zoomed out and your character was like this. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is never coming out, and I've been saying it for fucking months. I've been saying it for years. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is never, ever releasing unless they sell the IP and it goes somewhere else. But it's not going to come out under Ubisoft. Far Cry games, Far Cry 1 was amazing. Far Cry 2 is my favourite still because it was so different, like the mechanics of the game. Every Far Cry game after that, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, Far Cry 5, Far Cry 6... they're the same fucking game. You're just changing the villain. The villain seems to be the huge topic about, it's this guy. It's fucking voiced by Troy Baker. Or it's the guy out of Breaking Bad. Next Far Cry would probably be, another Hollywood actor. Prince of Persia games, totally gone down the pan. Now it's a 2D side scroller. What else have we got here? Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six Vegas. Do you know what I mean? Why aren't they releasing Rainbow Six games? Have Siege, have that, keep that as your live service game. But there's nothing wrong with releasing more linear games. Splinter Cell Double Agent, fantastic game. Assassin's Creed, Far Cry 2, Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio, Prince of Persia. I think that was the last one that fucking killed the franchise. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe it was that one. Splinter Cell Conviction, loved it. Brotherhood, Ghost Recon Future Soldier, Revelations, Blood Dragon, all these. Far Cry, Watch Dogs, Stick of Truth, Assassin's Creed Unity was a joke, Watch Dogs was a joke, downgraded to fuck, Unity was broken, downgraded, just greedy. These companies, man, greedy and lazy. That's what they want to be at the same time. Downgraded to fuck. Division, not played Fractured Butthole, but it's on the back catalogue. Watch Dogs 2, wasn't interested. Too fucking soft for me. People in bright colours. Brilliant game, Origins, loved it. Far Cry 5, haven't fucking touched it. Odyssey, still haven't fucking touched it. It's on the back catalogue. Assassin's Creed 3, I really enjoyed that game. Division 2, they're supposed to be releasing Division 3, that's not happening. Immortals Phoenix Rising, cancelled the sequel, even though the first one was really good. Watch Dogs Legion was alright, wasn't great. Breakpoint, pile of shit. Rainbow Siege Extraction, pile of absolute garbage. Far Cry 6, probably good because he's in it, but I've not played it. Valhalla, a lot of people didn't like it. Mirage, haven't even fucking touched Mirage. That's fucking heavily discounted as well. Seems to be a bit of a pointless Assassin's Creed game. Avatar, well, we've already spoke about the Avatar game, but that game just didn't look very good. So Outlaws, I can totally see why people didn't fucking like it. Totally understand why people like it. Lost Crown, The Crew, Skull and Bones, Shadows. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. And I think it's been a long time coming. Maybe this is the first domino to fall. Maybe we're going to... I think AAA games are just fucked. I genuinely think they are. Even look at the state of AAA gaming on Xbox. Where's the AAA games? There isn't fucking any. Halo's in a fucking... Halo! The state of Halo. The state of Ubisoft. EA games are fucking wank. There's just no... Just releasing these games and being like, yeah, it's live service, it's open world, yeah, it's fucking... look at this battle pass and season pass and all this sort of stuff. What do they think that do they just think that gamers we don't sleep, we don't have lives outside of gaming? Like, I know there are gamers out there that just wake up and sit on their fucking computer all day. I used to do it, but there's just so much now. There's too much choice. There's too much coming out. It's just trying to race and keep ahead of the fucking hobby and be at the forefront and be like, right, I need to play that. I need to fucking tweet it, finish it, tweet about it, review it and post it on social media. And then I need to move on to the net. And before that game comes out, and then I need to chase that fucking engagement. Do you know what I mean? And it's exhausting. And even if you're not on YouTube or any sort of social media, you know, trying to play these games and then, right, I need to finish that because I want to play that next, and then that's coming out. It's just fucking exhausting. It's why I've took my foot off the gas. I've really got to slow it down this year. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows, I'm not too sure. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm not going to buy it because I can't. I've said I made a video and I'm sticking to it. I'm not going to buy it. If we're talking just Assassin's Creed games, I've got to finish fucking Odyssey. I've got to start that game, and then I've got to finish Valhalla, and then I've got to, I don't even think you need to play Mirage, and then obviously I might give Assassin's Creed Shadows a try when it's heavily discounted 12 days after. Reap what you saw. I think Ubisoft they've been taking the piss. They're one of the main culprits, I would say. I mean, I would just fucking get rid of them, to be honest with you. I think I've been saying it for ages that Ubisoft games are just broken, unfinished, unpolished, you know, greedy. Apparently the work culture, there's a lot of people, you know, say it's not a great place to work. They had all them complaints and they had to do put a statement out about that. So it doesn't sound like it's a great place to work. I think the company's just fucking greedy. Watch out. I genuinely would say, watch out. Watch out any other company, because they'll be watching this and being like, well, fucking hell, if this can happen to them, it can happen to us. So, but we'll have to wait and see. I've been a very, very cold on Ubisoft games as of late. I don't, like, as soon as I see the Ubisoft logo, I'm just like, oh, fuck off, I can't be arsed. But let me know what you think. Do you think Ubisoft's going to go under? Are you going to pick up Assassin's Creed Shadows? I said I'm not going to ask for subscribers and likes. What I would like people to do is, if they've stumbled across this video in any way, go and have a look at other videos around the channel and, let me earn that subscription or like. Obviously, if you want to subscribe. If you don't, it's up to you. And we'll see you again on the next video. So take care of yourselves. We're now going to go and play some game that I'm trying to get finished. Probably some Soul Reaver. And we'll see you again on the next video. So take care of yourselves.